Now, Dave, you're a Queenie. So am I. We watched the show The Crown on Netflix. This really doesn't have to do anything to do with that show, but Buckingham Palace today.
But you're also royal watchers.
All the time.
Because of the show. It's
true.
Oh, yes. I've learned a lot from my wife about Prince Harry and William and Prince Philip, who just passed away. Now, Buckingham Palace is furious because the Queen's secret death plans have been leaked
to the Sun.
To the Sun Times, which is, their tabloid. And so we've now had it printed in the paper exactly what will happen when the Queen dies.
Day by day.
Day by day. It has gone through it. Remember, this reminded me of when Prince Philip died. There was a comedian on stage. Gosh, I think he was in New Zealand or Australia. But he was on stage, and he had a bit of, this is about telling a joke no matter what. Yeah. He had a bit all worked out about Prince Philip. Now, Prince Philip had died within the last 2 hours, okay? And he was on stage.
Oh, Meghan Markle says the royal family is racist. Also, yes! Have you guys seen Prince Philip? That is 3,000 years old. I'm pretty sure he invented racism.
He just died.
It is with deep sorrow that Her Majesty the Queen has announced the death of her beloved husband, the Royal Highness.
What a moment.
Can I just say, a bit overdue.
Okay. So my son said, when he dies, I can't believe that dude was still alive. He was purple for like a year. All right. We don't say that.
That's enough.
Remember what he said? He's like, that dude is on 1%. He always says that too.
Oh, battery life.
It's always about battery life with him. He would see him on TV and go, that dude is on 1%.
All right, that's enough.
Because my wife was a fan. Well, this is about Queen Elizabeth.
Have you forwarded this to your wife as well?
Yes, I have. A top secret document was handed to a political website in a shocking breach, and now they're trying to figure out who got it, because it's everything about what will happen when she passes away. From the announcement of her death to her state funeral 10 days later, Prince Charles pronounced king the morning after her death before immediately heading out on a tour of the country for 10 days to mourn with the public. So we know what will happen.
So what are the details?
Well, just that to start with. The Prime Minister will be told by Buckingham Palace's most senior guard, London Bridge is down. That's the code.
She's London Bridge. That's the best they could come
The code is London Bridge is down.
That's in Arizona.
An awful Jack Ryan type headline.
Yes, London Bridge is down is what they will say.
God.
That is what they did when Prince Philip died as well. The royal family's website will revert to a black holding page confirming the Queen's death immediately upon that information coming out.
So does everything close in the country, or does the country
I believe
continue
so.
to work?
For mourning for a period of 3 days, they are closing.
Nothing happens?
That's what they say. That's right.
Wow.
Then I think they shut it down.
Mm-hmm. A national
Wow.
minute's silence will be held. The Prime Minister will have a 6 o'clock audience with the new King Charles, whose succession is also called Operation Springtide. So that's what his coronation will be, Operation Springtide. The Queen's coffin will lie in state for public viewing before her funeral for several days. Now, all this got out, so the palace is launching what they call a mole hunt, because they know somebody's a mole.
They haven't officially denied this?
No, they have not. Not that I've seen. Have
No,
you?
I
Would you be
haven't seen anything
shocked if
about
this is not how it goes? Or if this was a ruse?
Well, I would be surprised, because this does seem like it's gotten them, at least all the headlines say they are really concerned about this, because it's out there,
Do we know, do you think that Prince Charles, who's how old now? 70s?
Yeah.
70?
70?
Yeah.
Do you think he just dreams all night, can't sleep at night thinking about putting that crown on his head?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't either.
I think he's I mean, he's 70.
Yeah,
I know.
I think he's kind of relegated to, it may be that I die before she does.
well, you've always said, Chris Demm's always said that.
I mean, I would often wondered if the Queen herself will just bypass him.
Yeah, and go right
And
to
give the crown to his oldest kid.
What if you found out he's the one that leaked it?
Oh, Prince Charles.
He's the mole.
Classic.
You're out.
Classic.
I mean, her mother lived to be 103.
I believe
that's
that's
right.
right.
Like that?
That's right,
Yeah.
yeah. Every detail of the 10 days between the announcement and the state funeral at Westminster has been leaked. They know every single thing, and the Sun has printed everything.
Would this be something, Kelly, that you and your wife would attend?
Well, I would not, but I could see her saying she'd like to.
I'll take
attend.
her.
Yeah, well, you might go because I think she would like something.
I'd love to go to that.
Yeah, she's very, very into stuff like that. This is the health news I saw that Chris Demm might want to pay attention to. A doctor is going viral on TikTok because he says that sleeping naked is so wrong to do. His name is Dr. Anthony Youn. He's from Detroit, and he apparently is pretty famous for going on TikTok and giving advice on what to do and what not to do. There was one recently he did. I forget what it was, but anyway, he gets a lot of attention on what you should be doing, and he says not to sleep naked for this reason.
The average person passes gas 15 to 25 times a day, and this can happen while you're sleeping. And a scientific study proved that every time you pass gas, you are spraying a tiny amount of fecal material. This is true even if it's not a real shark. And that same study showed that your tighty-whities will catch all of these particles. So for the sake of your bed partner, please sleep with your underwear on.
Chris Demm sleeps naked. He's admitted that many times on our air. I don't like any doctor that uses that term.
Shart? Is that worse than the F-bomb?
Yes.
F-bomb?
Yes.
How many doctors do you know that use it?
None. So as soon as
Only
I
the
heard it,
ones on
I was
TikTok.
like, that's exact. First of all, he's
TikTok doc?
He's on TikTok.
TikTok doc.
Secondly, he's using that term, and I thought, okay, no, I don't. I mean, I don't trust that when I hear something like that. I'll tell you this: the other day, I shouldn't admit this. I was on the treadmill at the gym next to a guy I didn't know, and I was making small talk with him before we started. And as soon as we started, just in our warm-up jog, I had to pass gas. Okay. And when I did
you know it was coming? Did you try to squeeze it out?
Well, I felt it build up, and I thought, oh, God, I got to do this now. All right.
Did it come out in spurts like with every step?
Like speed buggy.
Yeah.
Look.
Increasing speed.
Yeah, every time your foot hit the treadmill.
Yeah.
Did you try to do the cover cough?
Well, the music was loud, so I didn't need.
That helps.
I didn't need to do all that.
Okay, so audio was not an issue.
No, it was not an issue. But here, what surprised me was it was the word that he used. It was like, I mean, it was a, what do you call it? Shart. Okay.
You shart.
I did, right there. Right on
You.
the oh yeah, right on the treadmill. And I thought, oh God, I got to get off here.
It came out.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You're like, no.
I've got to get out of here. You know, I've got to get
outta here.
So
This is breaking news.
yeah, well, I stopped the treadmill and went to the bathroom and cleaned myself up.
What'd you do with your underpants?
Well, I didn't make it to the underpants. I was able to clinch. So I did. I clinched up. I felt
You went full prairie dog.
Man, you were going over the dam and you stopped it.
I did. I stopped it, and I investigated that too. Kristen, for those watching on the camera, he's doing a prairie dog.
Whole prairie dog community. The whole prairie.
Whack-a-mole.
Oh, awful. I mean, awful. And so I did that, and I was right next to this guy I didn't know from Raleigh, and I just talked to him.
Oh, they don't do that in Raleigh.
The
No.
big city.
Yeah, and the worst part was, I had seen him. We passed each other on the way to the bathroom before the class started, like 10 minutes earlier. So now I'm rushing to the bathroom, and he's got to be thinking, what's he doing to the bathroom? I'm going to the bathroom again,
Yeah.
So I come, and these days, I can't say, well, I was feeling sick, because then it's COVID and get out.
You're out. They're closed down.
Oh, it's terrible, right? So I couldn't make that excuse up. So I came back, and during a walk period,
I pooped my pants.
My
What?
pants.
God, I just had to admit to him. I had to say to my new friend from Raleigh,
No.
I'm sorry.
I sharted.
Is that the worst?
But it was contained.
I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
contained the damage.
I'm still wearing the underpants.
I'll tell you.
Don't pretend you don't shart in Raleigh. Oh, two big cities. Oh.
Yeah, don't do that around.
No, I mean, at least he said no. And then
They go to Orange County.
so later, this was to me, because I thought we had hit it off beforehand. We were chatting as we walked. You walk to warm up, then you get into it.
Okay.
And so as we were walking, I was like, hey, where are you from? First time I've seen you in here, this kind of thing. And it was great. And then I did that, which I had no control over. It's the first time I've ever done that in there.
How was the aroma?
Bad.
Oh,
it was not.
Really?
So that's another thing. I usually can trust it, but this time I couldn't.
You dirty eating?
So terrible. Yeah, it's dirty.
Is there a dirty shark?
Yeah, I've been dirty eating.
One tiny little turd. Hello.
Tell you, I was back on Diet Coke over the weekend. I was like,
Whoa.
No.
fell off.
You are way off.
London Bridge is down.
My God.
we should have taken the day off. Today should
telling
be
you.
a bank holiday.
I was all over it.
Yesterday
Shut
and
down
today.
business.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. I didn't care. I had 3 of them
Would be
yesterday.
neat if you did that and then none of the treadmills worked when anybody went in.
Yeah,
The
because of
lights
that.
go off.
God.
Everything shuts down.
But anyway, I did it, and then when I came back, because there was an odor, and then I was having to act all like, oh, I didn't do anything. He's like looking at me like, why'd you go to the bathroom? So then we go over to do our floor exercises. And
Oh, God.
This is going to get messy.
We're going to try a little yoga today, folks.
Oh, no.
Put your
Everybody
butts in the
partner
air.
up. We're doing sit-ups.
awful.
Hold his legs.
Yeah, you grab a partner's legs. He'll grab yours.
Big and you grab Big Raleigh.
So terrible. He moved away from me. He was in and the coach said, you're in the wrong station. He's like, I prefer it here. And that was it. It was because of me. It was and I bet he didn't come back either.
No.
And here I have driven him away from what is a very nice space.
I don't know how you finished your workout. I would have.
I know.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I'd have left.
And believe you me,
You've got work to do.
I wouldn't said anything to anybody. I'd have just left.
Not to mention, it was the first minute of a 1-hour workout. And I felt it building again many times. So I had to.
Was your son there, or was it just you there
just
by yourself
me.
this time?
He was in school. This was a weekday. This was
good.
last Tuesday or
At
Wednesday.
least he didn't have to see that.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. But I did then you feel it building back.
No, you go home.
Oh, but I did feel it building back.
There's more coming.
And it was.
Hey, don't go anywhere, Raleigh.
That was.
That was just the first wave.
This ain't a one and done.
It was terrible. Now that's a bad thing. That's a bad feeling when
Yeah,
something
we
like
know.
that happens.
Ay.
Will you listen to this doctor on TikTok and consider changing your sleep pattern?
I don't think I'm going to listen to a TikTok, Doc. No offense, but
No, I agree.
my contention has always been you don't pass gas when you sleep.
Really? I've always heard you do. What did he say? He said, 15 to 25
Well, he
times
said per day.
per day, and he said a lot of that or some of that is overnight.
But see, my belief, and again, I have no medical background, but my belief is that's why you don't poop in your sleep.
Because
Your body wakes you up.
Huh.
Your body does wake you
Your
up.
body
when
wakes you
have
up
to
when
go.
you have to pee.
Yeah. Well, it does. It wakes you up.
It's the same.
Take it old.
Same
track.
type thing.
It's a different tract. I mean, obviously, it has a different end zone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Interesting.
That's always been my theory.
Okay. That's an interesting point. What was the old the medication you could use on something like that? I remember they advertised it just once.
I work a lot, and I'm successful for it, but my work days were turning into work nights. I'd come home and go straight to bed, and even though I was exhausted, I'd lay there forever, my mind racing. And then I found Tylenol BM. I never liked the idea of taking a sleeping pill, but with Tylenol BM, I know I'm going to get a good night's sleep. It puts my mind at rest and I sleep soundly. So soundly, I sleep through my first dump in the morning.
Tylenol BM releases a gentle sleep aid into your system that allows deep, restful sleep for up to 10 hours. So deep, it turns off your brain's need to control the bodily functions most likely to wake you, allowing you to sleep without urgency or interruption.
I'm ready for another day. I've slept like a baby.
Don, did you the bed?
You tell me.
Tylenol BM.
Thanks, Tylenol BM.